Hey, you missed too many days, fam. God, it feels good to get it out. How you doing today, fam? It's Friday. By the way, let's get into this because no time to waste. It's getting late anyway. Running back qualifications are evolving in San Francisco. You can't just come in and just run the ball anymore. You got to show us more than that. Ooh. Now that Christian McCaffrey's diverse game has ignited 49ers offense in a different fashion, delightfully so, every back on the roster has to remind onlooking coaches of McCaffrey. Backs will now need to do more than just run the ball. Do it in traditional fashion. It's still, you can still do that, but you better be able to add something else to your game. So you got now running backs out there doing things that say, man, I got to learn how to do this. Or I got to get out of here. Well, yeah, you do. That's the way it is. Tonight, going to the phones to spotlight the running back qualification set by CMC. Also, Ji'Ayir Brown, fam. Look out for Mrs. Brown's baby boy. He ain't going to be sitting on no bench just because he's a rookie. See, Phil really said, Ronbo, Ji'Ayir is going to sit down, know his role, and shut his mouth and learn his position. Phil, I don't know. Niners announced today, though, that they are canceling the third and final week of OTAs and moving up their mandatory minicamp to next week. The team's mandatory minicamp was initially scheduled to begin on June the 13th and run all the way through June 15th. It will now begin next week, June the 6th, with practices at 10:40 a.m. Get up, Niners! Get up! Last whack! Oh, on Tuesday at 10:50 a.m. On Wednesday. I'm loving it. We're getting into football season. We're less than 100 days away from the season opening day anyway. Both sessions will be open to the media. So now, upcoming reports from the media will be a little more meatier. And then let the arguing and lying and exaggerations and all kind of stuff get started. And by the way, even though that's considered a negative thing in most camps, in most places, it's fun to a degree, As long as you don't get so confused and caught up in some things that you just want to believe, it's fine, like the Rams are going. Anybody wants to argue about the Rams looking like you can argue that all day and win. And fam, don't expect rookie Ji'Ayir Brown, as I mentioned, to be nothing more than a young newbie observer on the sidelines during his rookie season, while Hufanga and Gibson do all the work. No, that's not going to be the case. The 49ers plan to find ways to get him onto the field and gain valuable experience now. According to The Athletic, the coach's plan to utilize some three safety sets in 2023 to get Ji'Ayir in the game. Get him in the game. Mrs. Brown's baby boy is just too versatile of a defender to keep sidelined. I hear you on that, Coach. I hear you on that. DB coach Daniel Bullock said of Brown yesterday, per The Athletic, quote, he has our DNA that we're looking for on defense. We're looking for a guy that's physical, that's smart, that can finish. When you look at Ji'Ayir, he's versatile. He can line up on all three levels of the defense. He can line up on the line of scrimmage. He can rush off the edge. He can drop back a level and play man coverage. He can play zone as well. Wait, I'm not done. JB can also drop back in the post and show that range and go get the football. How are you going to keep a guy like that on the bench? You better not. Let him out. Forget about rookie status and carefully vetting JB. He's already shown enough in practice already. He's killing our people out there now. Cut him loose, fam. I agree. Gibson can stay on the field. Nobody said anything about taking him off the field. But just make sure you add some Ji'Ayir. And never shake, just stir. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. Fam, let's talk about CMC. Usually the third running back on any NFL roster, he isn't playing much more than the role of a guy on standby in case something happens to the starters, right? But as you and I have suffered through the 49ers, I mean, people think that it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault, it's this person's fault as to why we have not achieved Lombardi number 6, when really injury has played a huge role in determining whether the 49ers are going to succeed or not. The injury issues at the position in each of the last few seasons has been insane. Third back spot on the depth chart is pretty important for the Niners, and we can all agree to that. According to Coach Anthony Lynn, there's one key component that could determine the direction of the Niners go with that third spot on game days. And Kyle's already made it a point that you don't just sit around, put on the starting. You're not going to just be on the starting line roster and then don't do anything but sit around and chew the fat and tell jokes on the sideline. Last season, special teams played an important role in the Niners' running back depth chart. So if the guys on the field playing that part, you can go get them. This year, the running back group looks significantly different. Christian McCaffrey, of course, will be the number one back beginning of week 1 with Elijah Mitchell behind him. Roster spots beyond that are up for grabs, that according to Coach Lynn. But CMC's arrival has pushed pass catching up the list of priorities for the running backs from this day forth, if it didn't already last year. Coach Lynn is quoted saying, quote, "You don't want to have two offenses." Agreed. You don't want to have Christian come out for a water break and have the next guy come in and have to call different plays. Or bring it down a level. No. Keep the heat and pressure on that defense of the opposing team. So our guys have to evolve and do more in the passing game, unquote. And Tyrion Davis-Price, 2022 third-round pick, who some of us started assuming things. Price figures to be in the mix for that job. UDFA, Jordan Mason, of course, he is in the job. You saw what he was able to do last year. Last season, Mason regularly got the nod over at TDP because of his ability to play special teams. I don't know if TDP, he couldn't play special teams. You then add the fact that he statted up 6 yards per carry on 43 attempts. That is glamorous. Meanwhile, TDP was dealing with an injury last season, as it seems every running back that comes to us has to do. He never made a mark on special teams and posted 2.9 yards per carry on 34 attempts. Obviously, he is not doing better than Mason. While all of that would appear to give Mason the edge going into training camp this year, the player who evolves best as a pass catcher will be getting that nod in favor to work their way into the number 3 RB position. Who you like, fam? That also opens the door for UDFA rookies Kayla LeBourne, everybody's been talking about, Ronald A. Watt, to make their mark. Their climb will be a little more steep, being that they're not their first-year players behind guys that have already been out there establishing and know what's going on and know what to expect and know how to handle it. But the door is equally open for them as well. All of this matters, though, because of what the 49ers have faced injury-wise at running back over the last few seasons. In 2020, the team used 6 running backs. And only Jerick McKinnon played a full 16-game slate. 5 guys went down in a hail of, man, you know what? I look at that every year and I say, here we go. We can start off at 15 running backs, and by week 14, they're making phone calls, see, hey, you in shape? Who is this? It's Kyle Shanahan. For what, coach? I need you to play running back. Seriously. Yeah. Okay. And then here he comes, right? He doesn't know anything about it. He hasn't played in forever. Jeff Wilson Jr. played in 12 games. No other running back suited up for double-digit contests. No need to have all those backs, though, fam, when you can only have 2 can do really what you want. That trend continued in 2021 when Mitchell started as a rookie, but played in only 11 games. Mitchell wasn't bad at catching the ball out of the backfield, though. Wilson played in 9, and Deebo finished 3rd on the team in carries with Trey Sermon and Raheem Mostert playing just 10 games combined. Of course, you know what? I don't want anybody taking the ball out of Deebo's hands. I don't care what y'all say about Deebo, but when Deebo cuts across the middle of the field and they hit him in that stride, God, wow. Oh, yeah, turn the spotlights up. Put it on him. I'm a huge Deebo fan. I'm sorry. And by last year wasn't much different. Mitchell got hurt in week 1 and played only 5 games. Davis-Price dealt with an injury and played in only 6 games. So McCaffrey's arrival pretty much has started a new trend. Well, not a new trend, but one that will have to be the case with every running back we got. Because like Anthony says, I got to call one offense for Christian and another offense for the next guy coming in. No, we ain't doing it. So McCaffrey's arrival helped stand in the backfield as he played all 11 games. He was in San Francisco but he had injury problems of his own in 2020 and 2021. You got to be ready for these things at all times. This fact is why if you're going to play running back in San Francisco behind C-Mac, you got to give the team some resemblance to Mrs. McCaffrey's baby. Boy, you can't come out there and do your own thing and establish yourself as this is me. No, this is me ain't going to work unless me can catch the ball out of the backfield. The Niners can't be too careful with the backfield, so having a ton of depth will be vital at any rate. How they choose that depth used to just come into which player ran the best. Nah, you gotta be able to do more than that. Yeah, now McCaffrey's multifaceted game has forced the team to find other running backs to do the exact same thing. Running will matter, of course, but the depth chart will likely come down to which player makes the biggest mark in the passing game. I see what this does is get the friggin' ball out of the quarterback's hands. And running back comes swinging out there. If I got a play that developed outside, I got that defense coming in at me at 100 miles an hour. Offense line ain't holding. Damn anything else. Get the friggin' ball out. You know what I'm saying? Because now if that running back's swinging around the corner, here comes this one. Over. 15-yard gain, depending upon who gets the ball. But running will still matter, as I mentioned. But the depth chart will likely come down to which player makes the biggest mark in the passing game. Fam, Ji'Ayir Brown, right? Are you excited about the fact that Niners know he could be a value even as a rookie in 2023? See, because I had hopes. I do every year. When guys come in, I'm thinking, this guy looks awfully good. Maybe. Which backs are you betting on to most emulate McCaffrey? And did you watch the coaches' interviews? I heard some things that just made me jump up and down. And did you see Drake Jackson? They asked Drake the same question I was wondering. Drake, can you still move like you did though before, man? Because man, you look like a darker complexion version of the Hulk, man. Look at you, dude. I don't think you can still move. Did somebody said, Drake, we noticed that you're moving even a little faster, a little different than you did before. We were concerned about the bend. You still, this is the only thing. Yeah, Drake. Yeah, no, I spent a lot of time in the weight room and make sure. I spent hours and hours. Drake's going on and on. That dude is focused, fam. I think you got Cleveland Farrell. It's also looking good. This is going to be an interesting year. That 49ers front, that defensive front, damn, I can't wait to see that explode. And you're going to get that secondary line. We're going to run 3 tight end sets, which means you got a ball hawk out there. He's going to be called a safety, but he ain't a tight end set. So he's going to be called a safety, but he ain't. Ji'Ayir's going to be called that name we used to use back when I was in high school. Rover. You got your safeties back there, but you got that rover just keeping an eye, knowing where to go, instinctively moving. Hufanga could actually play that role too, but Hufanga does well in the box. Keep him there. Are you, God, fam. But as I say, the coaches were pretty interesting today, and some of the things they were talking about. If you caught that, I don't want to go over through all that because it take too long. But some of the things Coach, what's our offensive line coach? He didn't go. Some of the assurances they made of some guys like McKivitz playing right tackle is probably mostly a given. You're going to also see Burford's going to play the guard spot. He just went ahead and told them, look, guys, sure it's to lose, but we will have competition. So I think that we're going to be okay as far as that. I like the fact that those guys are coming in. Anytime you have an offensive line with more than 1 year, that's a plus right there. Because guys are coming in having to learn to work with the other guys takes too long. I got Aaron and the silverback on the other side. Brendel's been in there for a year. I don't think we should really worry. Don't spend a lot of energy worrying about the 49ers offensive line. I think they're going to be better than what we expect, or what a lot of us expect. Of course, for me, I always see through red and gold glasses. I expect it to be a kick bet anyway. Big show. Dalvin Cook is 27, D-Hop 31. If you had to choose, given we go through our running backs like TP, Cook, or D-Hop, Cook, according to reports about to be released by Minnesota. CMC, Cook, 1/2 punch we need. You know, I'm a D-Hop all day long if I'm going to go between those two, show. Yeah, because D-Hop is just vicious. Yeah. So thanks for that contribution. But yeah, D-Hop is, you know, I mean, I know he's getting up there, but I don't want him getting no 3 or 4 year contract. But I'm telling you right now, you want to bring him in, I'll just make room for him some kind of way. Yeah. Yeah, here he is. Chill. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, we're moving things along here faster. You know, the OTAs is getting cut short this year. I'm loving it.
Well, they're pulling in the training camp, so the mandatory camp. So yeah, they did this last year. Same
Did they really?
thing.
Oh yeah, I thought it was because somebody got hurt out there, and
No,
coach got a
pulled
little
it in
freaked
because
out.
they like to do the mandatory camp because guys that aren't there have to be there or else they get fined.
Yeah, is it? Hey,
So
minicamp
Kyle
is it?
does that
Minicamp's not mandatory though, is it? Is it mandatory?
No, the OTAs are not mandatory, but camp is next week.
That is.
That's
minicamp.
Mandatory camp, so everybody's got to be in.
Oh, Nick, you got to get back here. Okay.
Hargrave, Nick, Deebo. Well, Deebo was there, but he didn't.
Deebo's been there. He just hasn't been doing anything.
And yeah, but it's all mandatory now. So from now on, so they'll all be there.
Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear it.
Although I don't think Nick's going to practice because he's still got to get his contract worked out. But so
I forgot about that.
He'll probably show up and not practice. I'm not worried about Nick Bosa.
No, I'm worried about the front office. I don't want him dragging ass on this. Let's go ahead.
No, they'll probably get it done, next month, which is normally what they do. When they got Deebo's contract done, and they got, when guys get close, they usually do it in
Deebo didn't work out either.
July.
What Deebo made one appearance last year, I think, before he signed, as I remember.
But he didn't practice.
Yeah.
They don't, because if they get hurt, then
everything's out the window. Yeah.
Exactly. So they probably won't practice, but I'm not worried about Nick Bosa.
There's no need to. Yeah. They give the rest of the guys a break. Let them.
And I'm not worried about them not getting that done.
Yeah. No, they will. I just don't want them to just take too long for just taking too long's sake. You know you're going to do it. Let's do it. Get it started. Negotiations should be underway already because it's going to take 3 weeks for that to get settled.
So,
minimum.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to make any moves more than what we have. In all honesty, the cap space is pretty much right where it should be because you want to go in with about 10 to 12 million. Just so you can make deals mid-season.
Yeah.
So they're not going to do that. And I where do you play D-Hop? I mean,
anywhere he wants to. But I agree.
But,
we don't really need him.
Whose share of the load do you take away? Ayuk's? Deebo? No.
Yeah, and he's a number one type receiver. So he's not going to be satisfied playing a role with the 49ers anyway. He's just not that kind of football player. Yeah.
And he's good enough to be a number one receiver. So
he is.
Don't even why even bring in something else that may cause bad vibes in the locker room?
Yeah.
Don't need it. Don't need it. The
So
good news is Brock
don't
Purdy's
expect
throwing.
him. Who? Brock
Purdy's throwing.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Without pain and without swelling.
Yeah.
So, good sign.
Damn good sign.
That's what I'm excited about.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying in the monologue? You were calling out my name. I don't know.
I was Phil Ji'Ayir Brown. In fact, Ji'Ayir Brown. Remember we were talking about Ji'Ayir Brown and getting overly excited. And how you calmed me down. And Ji'Ayir Brown, Phil, He's got
Well,
coach
he's
thinking.
having a good camp, but still, Kyle with rookies.
He may get overruled.
He doesn't like to play rookies.
He may get overruled. You know, okay. Here's the thing: they're going to modify things. They're going to put in three safety sets on occasion.
Yeah, I think Wilkes is going to have 3 safety sets.
Yeah.
Ronbo, where he we're in.
Okay. Guys,
anyway, 3
please
safety
don't jump in, guys. When you
that.
come in, just sit still. We'll bring you in. We got you on mute because we don't want everybody talking at the same time. All right, sorry. Phil, go ahead.
I always get cut off, so I got to have my cut off.
Phil's used to it. You don't have to get used to that, Phil. We'll try to keep it straight.
Yeah. And, as far as running back room,
Yeah.
I think we've got the best running back room in the league.
We usually do, though. Is how many of them can stay?
NFL.com listed us as number 1 running back room.
Easily.
In the whole league. So, yeah, and the guys learning how to run routes past in the past game.
Yeah.
That's a must. That's a must. These guys should have been learning it last year.
In fact, when Shanahan first got there, that should have been something you should have been working on all the time. Some guys just don't have that talent, but they're good runners. So if you're a coach, what do, Phil? The guy's a damn good running back. I just can't get him to come out of the backfield and catch the ball. You got to, though, in this particular time.
Well, in today's league, you got to.
Yeah.
If you want to stay in the league very long as a running back, you got to catch passes. So.
Especially when the running backs are discriminated against anyway as not being important. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's 2 things. You got to catch passes, and you got to pick up the blitz as a running back.
Mm-hmm.
As an extra other than just run the ball.
Yep.
So.
Plenty of work to do. Can you do it? Yeah.
So, yeah. But I don't think we're going to do anything because we need the cash for next year. What you do in the cap is you can roll it over what you don't spend.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to need every penny next year because we're over the cap. So, yeah, we're going to need it. I don't see us signing anybody unless it's an emergency basis.
Not a big-time free agent.
No.
And D-Hop's saying, hey, look, I'm not playing on no discount prices. So no matter if the 49ers wanted him or not, they'd get outbidded. The bid would be too much. He'd take the money. He's a money guy. He's not worried about winning any rings or anything like that. I need to get paid.
I think I could see us picking up an extra edge rusher, like Ndagwe or one of those guys, if he's on the cheap, Other than that, I don't see us doing anything.
And that makes sense because we stick to our credo of homegrown. I like that idea. Otherwise you turn into the Rams. Who wants to turn into the Rams? Now they look like death and darkness will be hovering over SoFi Stadium for at least the next 5 years minimum.
Well, it could be worse. It could be the Cardinals.
That's scary.
They're throwing in the towel already.
I know. They just let everybody know, look, we quit. And Kyler Murray saw walking on thin ice as well. If anybody gives us a bid, you could get him, too. Kyler learned the playbook. My God. So, yeah.
Anyway, I like our team. As long as we can keep the positions with the name back on it healthy, we're good.
Yeah.
Quarterback, running back, cornerback. Keep those guys healthy, we're good.
I mean, every year, this is the case. Or a key defender.
Bang, bang, Ronbo, gang.
Yeah. Fam, hold on, please. Phil gets this all the time. Don't cut him off. Don't cut him off, please, fam. Yeah, every year we go through the same thing with those. There's always key injuries as we get right to the door when we're going to win. Yeah, we got Super Bowl last year, Phil, and the year before. You know damn well we were going to win. Oh, no doubt about it. And what happens?
Yeah, well.
Boom, get them key injuries. Perfect timing. Helping out that other club.
That's, we just got to go to some voodoo or chance or whatever. I don't know what it is, but
I don't either. But It's gotta stop.
I mean, if we could just go through a season healthy,
No,
no
that's what at
doubt in
the
my
end.
mind we win. We
Oh
win a
yeah.
Lombardi, no doubt.
And you know, Phil, I don't even care if we don't go through the entire season healthy, but at the end, in the playoffs, can I please have all the players that are going to make it happen? Not just a couple of them.
I would
Damn it,
love
that's
to
just too
see
much
an
to ask.
entire season of healthy and see what we could do.
Ah,
See what records we would break. So,
that's
I
why you
mean,
got clowns from the Hawks and well, you guys will never win the big one. Oh, Jesus, guys. You know what? You're not that good. You just got a break that we can't seem to get. You
they're
know?
saying we never win the
God,
big one, but they never even get to the big one.
ain't
So,
that the truth? So, we'll get there.
anyway, Rombo, it's getting we're getting closer to football. So
Right about now.
I'm getting excited about that.
Yes. Phil, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'll see you Sunday, and let's get into this, see what happens between now and then. Things seem to be
Yeah,
jumping
I
around in
missed you
camp
during
now.
the week.
Yeah, it was a crazy week, and I was held down to adult responsibilities, and I lost that battle.
You know,
I
those
was
adult
so mad.
responsibilities will get you every time.
I know. I want to talk football. But Phil,
All right, Rombo.
see you Sunday.
See you win Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay.
All
We'll
right.
talk to you then.
Thanks, Phil. Appreciate
All right.
you.
Take care.
You
All
too.
right. Bye.
Bye, Phil. Hey, Mark.
Who's that, Ronbo?
Mike, man, I'm sitting here enjoying the fact that Ji'Ayir Brown is everything. You know how often we overestimate players that we get out of the draft? Well, Ji'Ayir Brown is going to finally realize some of the dreams we have each and every year. The 49ers are already trying to arrange things, so he will not be sitting around on the sidelines. He's too good. They got to get him in there some way. Gibson doesn't have to leave. He's already got $1 million bonus coming and everything else. But we're going to send Ji'Ayir out there as much as often. And as you know, Christian McCaffrey has set down a new standard. Running backs got to learn how to catch out of the backfield. If you can't run around and get the ball, then I don't know what we're going to do with you, son. Hey, did you see Drake Jackson in the presser?
Yeah.
Is that crazy or what? Fam, jump on in there. What do you got to talk about?
Yeah, I was on David Lombardi's Twitter yesterday
Ah,
and saw how big Drake Jackson. He looks like a Goliath, you
don't
know.
he?
And that's muscle right there. That's all muscle.
300 pounds bench press, 4+100 squat. The boys I mean, George Kittle was looking about. Oh, you joined the club, huh? Woo! Love it. So yeah, well, here we go.
That's all muscle right there. Oh yeah. Hey, by the way, speaking of the Rams, Ronbo, you should always feel good, about okay. You gotta think about it. It took a Trent Williams broken leg.
Yep.
I got Jimmy with a messed up shoulder and a bad thumb, bad finger.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget,
They
brought
in
T out there dropping the pass that would have turned the momentum of the game and would have shut him down again. Mm-hmm.
That just pisses me off. We swept them. I mean, we swept them before that. They brought in the mercenaries for them to only win by 3.
Yes. It took all of that.
It
It
took
took
all
of
that.
those things to be in place. And it took.
Mind you, you had to visit Lambeau the week before. So I mean, you can get all these things that had to play a part in for the Rams to win that Super Bowl. I believe we would have beat the Bengals because we beat them earlier that year.
We did, but we still needed Trent Williams. I'm not sure if a hurt Trent Williams, although we played some good games without Trent Williams a couple of times, including beating the Rams the first time we saw them in that same season Williams was out. But, yeah, the Eagles know they can't whoop us.
Yeah. But as far as the 49ers, Ji'Ayir Brown, he looks good. I think that this guy's good. I mean, I've seen a few drills of him doing drills, good on his break. The break does the cut.
Mm-hmm.
He looks good. They're gonna try. I think they're gonna try to implement him on the field. You know,
Yeah,
I
even
wouldn't be
when it's
surprised if they
unnecessary to put three
split.
safety sets in, he'll be out there.
Yeah, for sure. I think they'll split. They might split play time between him and Tashawn. Who knows?
You know what?
Maybe a little bit more.
You know how you have an OW the offensive weapon? Ji'Ayir could become a
Yeah.
DW. You know what I mean? Use it because
Yeah.
the list of things that he has capabilities in is long. You can use him in any number of ways. If I want to run a blitz package, I'm putting him in. You know, the dude is
Hmm.
him and Hufanga with that timing.
Oh yeah. I'm confident about this year. With 100 more days until kickoff.
Less than that now. They said that a couple of days ago. It's 98. I'm keeping count.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. I seen. They said that Deebo was in camp today or yesterday. Was it?
Yeah, Deebo's making. He's making. Love the enthusiasm, fam. But wait, please wait. Don't interrupt people like that. Come on now. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah. So, did you see anything on Deebo? I heard he was out there. That's
Yeah. I also heard that Deebo has trimmed down. Maybe he's eating
Yeah, he looks good.
fat macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. He looks good. Yeah, he looks good. He looks good.
Mark, you know what brought that on, don't you?
He'll be ready.
Yeah, he'll be ready. But you know what brought that on, don't you? Deebo's heard people calling him fat. And also, he used to be the main star. Like I said, anytime Deebo got the ball, I was like jumping up and down. I mean, I'm getting ready. Here he come. There you go. Mama, here come that man again. You know, and now Christian McCaffrey is mama, here comes that man again. It took kind of took some of Deebo's thunder. Did you miss Deebo when McCaffrey came, when he was out? Tell the truth.
Not really. Not really.
Deebo heard it.
I mean, because he was busting butt. I mean, you didn't need Deebo at that time. He was beating everybody. It didn't matter.
I'm telling you. And McCaffrey was just on fire. I mean,
yeah, he reminds me of that Terminator. He reminds me of the Terminator. He's just a robot. And all that, you know.
And you could see the digital readout when he's going down the field, you know. Yeah. Look left, look like coming, incoming. God.
Yeah, Deebo probably did get pissed off about people talking about him in the media about his weight. He had to do something about that.
Because he watches social media, and then Mark, you look at the fact that now that people are making, and he's hearing it too. Man, if I had a choice between Deebo and Brandon Ayuk, I'm getting rid of Deebo. I'm not with that, but Deebo's seeing that. Yeah. These kind of things.
Yeah. I don't want to get rid of both. None of them, but
I don't know.
I just don't want to have that ultimatum. Once it comes down to it, would you get rid of
one for the other?
I feel like they would call you, Ronbo. I feel like they would call you, and 49ers will call you and schedule a meeting with Ronbo Sports with just input. 49.
I mean, because I don't know why people just lose love for Deebo because Brandon Ayuk is coming on. Why can't we have both? They can coincide. I need every weapon I can get out there. So if somebody does get hurt,
we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need a little. Just give me 80%. Give me at least 80. All I need is 80. If you give me 80% healthy, around the playoffs, we're going to Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. That's it.
And Mark, you're right, because the 49ers are head and shoulders above every team in the West. There's just no doubt about it. Geno Smith and all of them, they can talk all they want to, but they're not as good as the 49ers. And then you look around the league, and there's some divisions that are not even as good as some of the things that are going on in the West. So, after you get past the Eagles, Dallas is talking about, well, we made this change and we made this change. Y'all still, Jerry Jones is running that team and going to still get beat every year,
They were going to beat them. I mean, I hate to give them props. They were a little bit better than they were in 21. I give them props, but we still beat them. So
they did look good last year, didn't they?
Damn Cowboys.
They took advantage of a Brock. Brock, that's his first playoffs after 8 weeks of football. Well, 11.
Yep.
But I mean, come on. See, Brock Purdy. By the way, I'm not taking. Anybody can win this in camp, I guess. But Brock Purdy
Yeah.
has shown that his margin is a little wider. He learned
Yeah.
quick. So, you got to give him a nod on
Ronbo.
that. Mhm.
Ronbo, I just
Listen.
want to say one thing, and I'm gonna end this right here. For all you Jimmy G haters, you wait till the season starts. So you can show y'all something.
You know what, though? I know what you're talking about, but I don't
A lot
want to
of
see
people
that.
talking about it.
We
Yeah.
gotta
I'm a Jimmy
continue to
G
go on.
fan. Oh yeah, the Raiders. You're Raiders. Yeah, no, but I love Jimmy. I was a Jimmy lover, and he was just hated on the
Well,
He would make mistakes, but
everybody knows how I felt about Jimmy.
all
Because you know what? We won a lot of games with Jimmy. You want to give him credit or not?
Whole
I
lot.
don't care. All I know is if nothing else, he was a green clover leaf out there. We were winning games, and that's all that matters to me. We got to continue to win games. That's the bottom line.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Well, but he made us, he made us relevant again. And shout out, Papa Dragon said that. Made us relevant.
Well, yeah.
He's doing nothing but respect for guys.
I mean, we were armpits before he came. I mean, we were getting beat it was terrible.
Every week.
And we
It was
knew we was going to
horrible.
get beat
Every
before the
week.
game started. What?
Yep.
And then after he gets here, we're winning one game after another. Now I got to recognize that and appreciate it. I'm just sorry. That's the way it is with me. So, yeah. So we got to keep doing that this year, though.
Yep. And, the most heartbreaking loss was the 2018 Packers game. That one really let me know, okay, this team's going to be pretty good in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
But we were obviously Garoppolo was hurt. So I was like, there's a system going on. Because when Garoppolo's in, we win. So
that's the only
we
problem
had
with
better
Jimmy,
that
though.
night, though.
The thing, Jimmy, I don't know how he just can't stay out of dangerous way. Damn it.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Anyway. Well, good luck to him.
Yeah, he's a Raider now.
Yeah.
He's a Raider now. So can't really show too much emotion. Yeah.
No, in fact, I'm happy for him because he's back with his the coach that brought him up to begin with. So, good luck to him. It's funny. Good luck to Jimmy, but not to the Raiders. It's a weird feeling, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
All right, fam. Well, I'll be back Sunday.
Ronbo, shout out. All right, shout out Casey, shout out Big Show, shout out Power Dragon, shout out Ellis, everybody. All right, Ronbo.
Thanks, Mike. Night, fam.
Right.
Well, it's a big show.
What's up, Ronbo?
So I love the way you're not going to give up on D-Hop. And, I actually, in the back of my mind, I wish there was a way we could get him too. Even though Phil pointed out some things.
Hey, fuck you, Big Show.
Guys are really,
okay.
You know what I like about your show? You really draw the emotion. That's a popularity in a way,
I want to win a ring. I want to win a ring as much as everybody else does on here, and I just happen to do it better.
Yes. Because you add a weapon like that, it just makes. And I don't want to go the Rams route where they got every player that's on the wire to be taken in for a free agency, and the Rams are signing them. And but still.
The difference between us and the Rams is we drafted our nucleus. They bought and paid for their nucleus.
Mm-hmm.
And now their nucleus is gone. And they don't have one. They don't have an identity. They don't have a nucleus, and they have no money. They're crippled right now, and they will be for a long time to come.
Because you can't rebound for that kind of thing. It takes years.
Reality or not. Yeah. And so if we just add a piece or two, whether it be offense or defense, then that would help us get us over the hump, regardless of what Chill Pill Bill Xanax NPR Phil says. By the way, if you are driving or operating machinery, please don't do that while listening to his call. Disclosure agreement. Disclosure there. And the last thing we need is another edge. We're fine on defense. Okay. Drake Jackson is going to be the number 2 opposite side of Nick Bosa, and he's put on this muscle for that exact reason.
To say the least. My God, he's hulked up.
Yeah.
I didn't realize what they were
The
talking
last
about
thing-
until I seen him on that shot yesterday. My God, Jesus Christ, Drake! Woo! Damn!
The last thing we need is another edge, and the edges that we brought in from the draft and free agency, Coach Kasurk will coach them right up within the season, and they'll be better and be going on to next year to some other team and getting paid highly, like you saw. Who was it? Kerry Hyder went away for a while and he came back.
And got paid by the Hawks.
He got a nice payday, yeah.
Yeah.
And so
And also,
that's neither here nor there. But
Minahu went to Kansas City, and the guy that I really like too, what's his name? Jordan? That other edge guy. The always guy that
Willis.
makes this, Willis, with them huge plays during the time he was here that saved us on more than one occasion. Man, I really wanted to re-sign him.
But you're talking tonight about Christian McCaffrey and what the standards are as far as the 49ers running back room goes. That's why I brought up Dalvin Cook's name. He fits that standard that
That's
Christian
true.
McCaffrey's looking for, and that would be a nice 1-2 punch right there. And I think that would give us, since our offense is predicated off the running game, to set up yak yards and et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? Dalvin Cook and Christian McCaffrey would be a deadly 1-2 punch, and we would definitely have the best running back.
Shut the fuck up!
All right, get him off. Guys, please
Shut
don't.
up! Fuck you, big.
After us.
Go ahead.
Shut the fuck up, Big Show!
I don't know how to-
Anyway,
Fuck you, Big Show!
he must have like
Fuck
3
you.
lines or something.
Fuck you!
You can't get him off.
um,
God.
That's why I brought up his name, because I've been reading a lot lately that he's about to be released by the Vikings, and I think they're also going to be in rebuild mode here pretty soon.
If I'm not
And
already.
I would rather snatch him up and keep him away from Mike McDaniel in Miami, because they're sniffing around on him,
Ooh.
and he would be that perfect one. He would be that perfect piece in the running back room, because after Christian McCaffrey, it falls off from there. Let's be honest with ourselves. We do not have the best running back room. If it wasn't for Christian McCaffrey being here, we wouldn't be talking. We wouldn't be talked about as far as the best running back room goes.
You know, one thing I do agree with, though, the fact is that, well, Elijah Mitchell, if he doesn't get hurt,
He
but he's
can't stay
going
healthy.
to. He's going to.
He can't stay healthy.
And this is why they're making sure everybody in that room can alter their game a bit. But you know what I worry about, Show? How fast can you get good at adding that skill set to what you already do? That's the only thing that does worry me.
Yeah, and you don't see much of Jordan Mason. You don't see much of TDP, and I think TDP is another Trey Sermon. Honestly, I really do. We wasted a high 3rd round pick on him. He hasn't seen much action in the first 2 years that or a year and a half he's been with us. I think he's a bust, honestly. A lot like Trey Sermon. He hasn't really shown anything in camp to obviously make the 53 or be active on game days. And
he got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty thin at running back if you really look at it, to be honest with you. And adding a piece like Dalvin Cook, should they do release him or not trade him, that would put us over the hump, I think, and make us the best running back in the entire league. And Dalvin Cook's only 27, so he's still got a lot of juice left in him.
Yeah, Dalvin's been hurt a couple of times and had some surgeries, though, didn't he?
Yeah, but look at Christian McCaffrey, who's been hurt a lot over at Carolina, and he came over here.
Yeah, did Christian ever get an ACL tear?
I don't know.
He's had some serious injuries. I don't know what they were, but yeah, I always worry about running backs. But then you look at Frank Gore had both knees were torn to pieces, and Frank Gore is going to go to the Hall of Fame. So yeah, you can't really judge a running back. It's determination.
You always. This is where I disagree with Phil a lot. Like, you always want to add somebody to make your team better. You don't stay stagnant. That doesn't help your team at all.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, would you say they've been stagnant?
It doesn't hurt to add a piece.
Well, within your money limits, though, because at this point now, the 49ers, like Phil did mention earlier, you got to save some money. You can't just spread yourself too thin on the cash, because what if some gym
but
shows
our
up?
Super Bowl window our Super Bowl window is going to close here pretty soon, and we don't have time to wait to save money.
But they're a potent team. I think that, and also you look at the midseason. You want to know if there's another Christian McCaffrey impact type player that you can grab at week 8 or 9. So you just got to look out for that, and then you got to know he's not going to play for peanuts.
Fuck off!
He's not going to.
Shut up!
Whoever D-Hop is not going to come in and just accept a little bit of money. So it's that's the 49ers know is going to happen. So they don't want to go that route.
I disagree with that. He's got enough money already, and he just wants a ring. And what other people say, the old school fans on here who think it's still the 80s and 90s and thinks our team is fine the way it is and are not open to adding any other players and things like that. Don't listen to that.
No.
Look at the history. Look at our history of when we added somebody in our offense. It helped us get to that place.
Well, we've added a couple here and there. We didn't go quite. You look at Javarius, you look at Christian, Trent Taylor, Trent Williams. They've added guys strategically in a way.
Matt Neal Sanders.
Yeah. There's they've been adding pieces. You just can't go all at once. What you don't want to resemble. You don't want to resemble the Rams because then you go to.
No, we don't. Like I told you, we don't resemble the Rams at all. Our nucleus is in place.
Yeah,
we draft our nucleus.
But you know what I mean. 3 extra guys. Yeah.
So it's not like we're buying a bunch of players. We're not. We're just adding a piece.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, well, I like D-Hop. I don't know if he'd come in for a cheap price because he's not hunting for a ring show. He's hunting for both. And I think money takes precedence over the ring with him. He's already said it.
No, he hasn't said that.
He did. A big article. First thing it says in big large letters, D-Hop says he's not playing at any discount rates.
And who was that source? It was Mike Forleo. Come on. Nobody takes him seriously.
You got a good point there. I can't even argue that. I don't know. Florio just sort of like throws things out there sometimes, doesn't he? But it sounds he didn't deny it.
So, anyways, yeah. All right. Shout out to the TNT fam. Shout out to Papa Dragons, Chill Pillfield, to Jack, to everyone in the chat, to Casey, and all the guys out there. They all know who they are. And y'all take care. Have a great night.
And that guy been calling that loves you so much.
Oh, Mark, yeah. Shout out to Mark. The caller before me, him too as well. So, all right. Take care. Have a great night.
Have a good night, fam. Oh, God. Wants to go to Buffalo or Miami. Is that right, J-Town? Dalvin wants to go to Buffalo or Miami. And, yeah. He'll end up in Miami. Buffalo needs him really badly as well. And there he is. You want some Latino heat? Mamacita. Latino heat. Latino heat. Latino heat. And Emilio.
What's happening, man? I feel like I don't want to go, man. The little guy, they got on me a little hospital telling the man to sit there and fuck. I'm like, golly, you must have so much patience against the show. I mean, I know show can get irritated, but damn, let the man speak.
But you know what, Emilio, I gotta tell you, I like D-Hop, but I don't know that he's gonna make I think we'll be fine without him, actually. So I mean, he is definitely a badass.
We'll be fine without D-Hop. Yeah. For us at this point in time and the way his career goes, he'd be good for third downs and red zone. D-Hop ain't good enough to be out there all the time.
And he don't want that.
It ain't what he wants. I don't think what team, as bad as his legs have been and knees have been, I'll be surprised. He hurt most of the season last year? Yeah, I'll be surprised if Kansas City having him up running down the field at Buffalo. You ain't gonna be doing that. Not with Diggs. The hell? It'd be too much running around for that man at his age. He's too old for that. Yeah. He knows that.
And if Casey
did
bring him,
Randy Moss career, he's basically like Randy Moss career, still making catches.
Yeah, but, Randy Moss time.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, you still be effective in the red zone and third downs when it counts.
Limited participation.
No, that pretty much no. he needs to learn his role. Like I said, I'm for D-Hop, but that's for me. It's winning the red zone. Or third down when you know he can catch, or up a Hail Mary. He's gonna be there to catch the ball.
Dalvin Cook gets cut.
Basically situated.
What do you do with that? Do you pay that any attention?
Oh, with Dalvin Cook, I don't know. I mean, it would be nice to have an extra running back.
He can catch out of the backfield too.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't had much luck with other running backs besides McCaffrey. You know, we had Jet, and he didn't look out too good.
And that's what pisses me off about Jet. Jet goes to Miami. You can't do nothing with him now. Oh, man. Well, you know what? It takes 2 years to get over that kind of injury. So, I don't know. That should have been expected. I always knew he was good.
And didn't he just go to Kansas City and they won a Super Bowl, right?
And he was part of the reason why.
Was there somebody? Yeah, okay.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. It just depends. I don't know. For some reason, we always have bad luck with running backs. I guess when the Captain's worked out so far,
but you see what they're doing, don't you? Now they're making everybody learn. Listen, you guys, we ain't got 2 playbooks. You guys got to learn how to run route. All right, we're gonna work hard on that this all off season, and you got to show us so that third dude, he's gonna be able to do at least something like McCaffrey.
Well, we just need to give McCaffrey breaks. You don't need him to do everything. He's just enough to catch the ball. You don't need too much. So.
Yeah, I don't want McCaffrey on the field all day anyway.
The guys we have.
Yeah, let him get some rest. Give him breaks. You know?
No, he's always like he's gonna be a number 1 guy like Gore was. Since Gore, we haven't had really a good running back, a really durable one. Even though Gore would get hurt, he would still get his yards and his numbers. So.
Except that last year, Emilio, when he kept looking up, they had pictures of him looking up at Harbaugh, like, Coach, any time for me to play? Damn, I don't want to go back to that year. There's so many things about that year that pissed me off.
But you can't blame nobody but Bulky. Bulky messed up that team. That's all Bulky stuff. We were on the verge to try to win the Super Bowl, and Bulky was just a straight idiot. He wanted things his way. And Jed allowed it, so it's kind of stupid.
Well, Jed was just a kid. He didn't really know how to do. You got to be if you're going to be an owner, you got to be like Jerry Jones. Not as bad as Jerry Jones, but you got to tell people, look, shut up when I'm talking. I'm gonna tell you what I want you to do.
No, it's not even that. He was just scared. His problem was he was scared of Bulky and Harbaugh. He was scared of both of them. His uncle had to tell him, man, if you don't grow your cojones and tell these guys what's up, they're gonna just walk all over you. But uncle had to tell him,
you're right.
He's a good team, buddy. So grow some balls, or
that's why I got rid of both of them. Yeah, that's why I got rid of both of them, because he couldn't do nothing with them. He knew they was running things.
I mean, it took him some time, but kind of figured it out. He still needs to get his first ring, so he's still on that pace.
I mean, I don't know. This could be. They've been this so many times and came so close to getting it right. I'm like Phil. I think this is the year. It's just got to be.
I thought last year was our year. I thought the year before.
It was until we got hurt.
We
broke the quarterback's arm. What are the odds? Oh.
We just need to stay healthy. That's our problem. Every time when we come close to the big game, it's a big injury. It's not even a minor injury.
All right.
Things that can't repair. Like with Jimmy, his arm was hurt against McCaffrey's arm got hurt against the Eagles. So it's just, every time we're in those games, we just have bad luck. It sucks. It's not even because we lost the talent. We just bad injury.
Not to mention bad timing. He could have got hurt in the middle of the season or something like that. No. You got to get hurt in the biggest damn game of the season. Oh, man.
That's the problem right there, the big one. That's it, man. When a worst part of all time, I'm like, man, you fight enough to get there. Like I said, it's just dumb pure luck getting hurt like that. You can't really blame them, but it's just dumb luck when they get hurt. You can't get a break.
See, this is why we got to appreciate.
My thing is at this point is as long as we're competitive, I want to keep being competitive. Now, of course, I want that ring, but I want to keep being competitive. I want to be at least close enough to the championship game.
Oh, you gotta be.
Championship.
If you're competitive, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah. I don't want to be the Cowboys that can't even win it, can't even get to the championship since '95. So I don't want to be them. I don't want to be a seasoned team and then you just shit the bed in the playoffs. I don't want to do that. I'd rather be competitive in the playoffs. At least you got a fighting chance.
I mean, once we get there, you notice it takes all the way to the NFC CG to get us out. And usually, in every one of the NFC CG, there were some very bizarre circumstances. Had nothing to do with the other team being better.
No, it is.
It's just bizarre circumstances.
But I'd honestly rather get that far than lose in the first round.
They're too good for that.
You just did all that fighting. And, that's why Garcia used to piss me the hell off. I'm like, dude, you can't get past it. But you just like that. You look good in the season, but when it comes to the playoffs, you just couldn't do it. I was like, golly. That's the reason I hated Garcia so much. You couldn't get over that damn hump. You could win the wild card game, but you couldn't win the next round. So I was like,
That's why Dak and Garcia probably been talking. Man, I feel your pain. I used to laugh at you back in the day.
Him and Cousins. Cousins is new Garcia to tell you.
Hey, wait, has Kirk's been to a second round, hasn't he?
I'm just saying he can't get to a championship game.
No, I was trying to put him in the same boat with Dak. Has he gotten out of the first round?
No, Cousins has. I think that's the 1 year they lost to the. I think it was the divisional round.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I'm not even sure. Cause I know
they beat the Hawks. No, they lost the Hawks.
Okay.
Because the dude missed the field goal, and I was laying on the
floor. We played him in the second round a couple of years ago, and we smacked him.
Oh, that's right. They got past the first round.
They can't get to the championship game.
Yeah.
Just like the Cowboys can't even get to the championship game. Not even close.
Yeah, Kirk is getting more money. I mean, I try to count how much money Kirk made since he left Washington. He got franchise tagged a couple of times, which made mad money. He came to the Vikings, and they just gave him a check. Kirk, you just fill in whatever amount you want right there, and we'll call it a day.
It's like
Damn.
We played Alex Smith all them years. And he couldn't get into the playoffs until Harbaugh. So it's just, sometimes some quarterbacks just get paid. They get lucky. They're durable. You know, that's the one thing I can say. Kirk Cousins he's durable. He's able to at least last. But,
and them dudes.
My thing is,
Kirk never gets hurt.
I just want to be in the playoffs. Yeah.
That's right. He never gets hurt. That's anyway, we're getting there this year. We have to, because there's just no reason. There's nothing out there that's better.
I think as far as things go, I don't know. I think the Jets might sneak up with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. We might be in Vegas against Aaron Rodgers.
See,
might be one of those.
I do realize the Jets are going to be seriously tough. That defense is legit.
At this point in time, it's either us or the Eagles, because everybody else falls apart when it comes to the playoffs in the NFC. So there's no other way. We're going to win their division. They're going to win their division.
Okay, the Lions are going to win their division. Okay, you know what? Let's see what the Lions look like in week 6, 7. I'll be able to better tell.
Let them win their division. If we play Jared Goofy, we're going to beat Jared Goff.
He's not by himself.
So it doesn't matter.
You know they got some.
No, they have a good team. I'm taking nothing from the Lions, but you got to realize our defense is way better than theirs.
Yeah.
So Jared Goff ain't gonna be able to handle that.
Hopefully we can. Well, the defense we got. See, this is the thing about the 49ers this year. We're looking at some of the things they're doing offensively, but here's Emilio. I got Hargrave and Bosa on the same damn line. I got what I think may be something special on the other side between about 2 or 3 guys. You know what? That defense is going to be. We're going to be watching that defense harder than the offense. The offense is kind of spectacular, but watch that defense.
Too much talent on our defense. We should at least be a top 5 defense this year. It's not number 1 again like that.
Yeah, easily.
There's
because
no way
it's better than this year. It's going to be better than last year. Last year's frontline pass rush.
We got upgrades on it.
Yes, nothing.
We got upgrades on the defense. So I'm not worried about
that. Anyway.
My thing is, our thing is being healthy on offense. That's our whole everything. Stay healthy. That's just
Turnovers.
Make sure a quarterback, whoever it is, doesn't get hurt in big game again. That's my whole thing.
Yeah, well, that's why you can keep all
fine.
3 of them. I mean, we got to roll.
That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, just make sure they can all do it. I'll see you Sunday, fam. All right.
All right, you have a good night. Everybody's out there.
You too, man. All right. Yeah, the more I think about it, we're all pumped up about that offense. But man, watch what happens with that defense. Well, I got a feeling that all our attention. Damn, I can't wait till the defense gets back on the field. Turnovers, Mr. Black Ice, hey, how our running backs' health look? Hope Price works out well. And we always do, Mr. Black Ice. I don't really know. It's too early to tell. A lot of running backs sometimes don't even get out of camp. Remember, what's his name? Got hurt that year by just sitting around and eating somewhere on the facility. And Wilson Jr. comes up with a leg. Why? Ellis. Yeah, I'm serious. That defense, I can't wait to see. I'm looking more forward to that almost than I am the offense. I can't wait to see what a defense looks like trying to get the ball off. First of all, you haven't got any time. There's no offensive line that's going to stop all those guys. And then with what's his name is doing with that secondary, it's going to look a lot different in secondary. Hey, Charles, by the way, if you're watching, I heard Deebo is cutting up already. Ellis! We're waiting on you. All right, let's go back to Ellis. Yo, Jalen.
Y'all are relevant. Rams, y'all some bombs. Yeah. See how else haven't won a ring in 10 years and counting. I know they can't be fun. Ronbo, what's the word, man? Haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah, last week I was actually made to take care of some responsibilities. I couldn't believe it. I said, y'all know I don't be doing these things. It can wait till tomorrow. No, you said that last week. Let football wait for
Ronbo,
now.
Ronbo, you've been hearing about that check down challenge we call a quarterback competition that's been going on in OTAs.
And you depending upon who the reporter is, we're getting mixed reviews. It's what do you think?
What I think is that every year the 49ers is going to have the same narrative. We're going to start off slow. Probably about mid-season we'll be around. And I'd say about 5-3, 4-5. We'll play the Rams, beat them, hit our little win, and we'll go on a little run at the end of the year. Gruesome injuries going to happen. And
come
we're
on,
gonna lose. I mean, Ronbo, no, this has happened repeatedly for the last. When was the last time we had a quarterback in Kyle Shanahan's system play 2 seasons in a row? I mean, it's the same. Somebody quarterback gets healthy at the end of the year every year. I mean, Ronbo, the fact that people still come in here and talk about what's going to happen next year as if it's not a copy and paste of man, Ronbo, it's the same stuff.
I don't believe that's going to happen, though. I
wanted to believe it was going to change in year 5, Ronbo, but it hasn't changed. I mean, it's the same stuff in year 7. I mean, ain't nothing going. It's going to be the same stuff, Ronbo. I'm telling you. Offense going to start off slow. Defense going to keep us in these games. By mid-season, by the end of the season, when all the teams are beat up and injured, the offense is going to push off.
I just want to interject one thing because the fact of the matter is, with Christian McCaffrey, that offense is not going to start off slow. This I can assure you right now. That boy don't play. And what he does is contagious. Don't nobody want to get showed up by Christian McCaffrey. You heard about Deebo. Deebo's getting low-calorie macaroni and cheese. The dude looks slimmed down. What? So you know what? That offense may be clicking from jump.
Well, if Kyle is running McCaffrey between the tackles and he's out by week 3, then that's not going to happen.
If that happens, you're right. We're dead meat. Dead meat.
It all comes down to how Kyle decides to want to run his plays because he wants to run his smallest running back between the tackles. It doesn't make sense, Ronbo.
I don't know.
I mean, it's nice that we got him, but God knows, we know Christian McCaffrey is not a 3-down between the shackles running back, Ronbo. So, I mean,
I agree. And
let's
if
see
I had
how
it
that
my way,
lasts.
he'd only be running routes. I mean, he'd run every now and then a stretch run, but as far as running between the tackles, no. I don't need him to do that. I agree.
Yeah, and I mean, I still think the offense is going to be slow because if we depending on Christian McCaffrey to be the spark plug of our offense.
Well, no, what I mean is,
I'm thinking them.
I just mean that now you don't have a guy. If things are going south and we got the plays they worked on all week aren't working, there's Christian. Just give him the ball until things get to rolling. You know what I mean? We've never really had a Christian McCaffrey, out there busting ass in OTAs and got people thinking, I guess I better stop dragging ass around here before this dude shows me up. That, I'm telling you, that's going to have an effect.
I hope so, Ronbo, because, I mean, last couple years, Ronbo, Kyle Shanahan averages about what? Barely
Detroit
over
versus everybody.
18. Jesus Christ, dude.
We're going to whoop his ass. Don't worry about him.
Ronbo, why does I was trying to ask, doesn't Kyle Shanahan average barely over 18 points a game as a forward? I mean, he's a great play caller.
No.
I heard he's an amazing play caller. Ronbo, when it comes to play calling, nobody's better than Kyle Shanahan. Let's get this straight. Nobody's better than Kyle Shanahan. He can draw him up a play with a kicker. He could probably get a kicker touchdown, Rombo. But when it comes to head coaching, Rombo, head coaches and making decisions in crucial times and learning, it's year 7, Rombo. He should learn in year 4. Oh wow, okay. Did it take LaFleur a while, Matt LaFleur, when he was in 3 back-to-back NFC Championships?
That's why Shanahan was really. We didn't notice. Most of us may have noticed. Shanahan, his first year, didn't really know how to be a head coach. He was learning,
and it looked like he still don't, Rombo. I'm just gonna be real with you. He yelling at people on the sideline.
No, I mean, you know what? Okay, but wait, Jalen, you know what? If I was a head coach, and I think before that yelling started, I might have asked him earlier, can I get you to stay back off the field, please? You know what? And I blame security for that. Don't have the coach out there having to deal with people running around on the sideline and stand all on the field. Your job is to keep him out of the way. So I'm not mad at Shanahan for that. Get the hell off my field, dude. And then if the dude starts arguing back with me, okay, now I'm pissed off. I understand his pain. I really do. I ain't mad at him.
Rombo, was that the best way to act in front of all your players? Rombo?
Well, I could tell everybody, all right, everybody sit down until we can get this guy off the field. Because if he gets hurt, it's going to be a problem for Jed, because they got to pay for that.
Ronbo, shut the fuck up.
So, Ronbo. All right, but I got production to stay sharp on the phone. So
I don't know who that buffoon is, but what was I saying? Goddamn. What were we talking about, Ronbo? About Cal. Ronbo. The way that Grant was describing how Cal was talking is he sounded like a spoiled rich kid. And honestly, Ronbo, we talk about it all the time, Ronbo, he's the most arrogant head coach in the NFL, and he is. He's the quarterback. He's the head coach he's the coach Aaron Rodgers. He's the coach version of Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, but how would you have handled that? The dude is not going to get off the field, and he's yelling back at me. Now, what do you do?
I'm not even talking about that situation anymore, Ronbo. I'm talking about in general. Kyle is an arrogant prick. We know this. We know this.
That's his personality.
We know this.
Yeah.
You can't be a prick with 2 trips to the Super Bowl and 2 losses and multiple trips to the NFC Championship and 4 quarterbacks that you completely got hurt last year. You can't be arrogant doing stuff like that. And you're being carried by your defense.
Yeah.
These are facts, Rombo. If our defense wasn't good, you think Ronbo, let's be real. How many games has the defense saved Kyle Shanahan? From that his offense only had to score 13 points.
But Jalen, I look at the 49ers as one unit. I don't separate whether who's winning the game, offense or defense, because I'm sure There's been a few games.
We know damn well if the defense does not show up, it's going to look like a completely different. The tone of the game is going to look completely different. If the offense don't show up, we know the defense is going to still put on. But if the defense don't show up, Ronbo, the game is going completely different. That's a fact.
True, but again, I put it this way, because a lot of people have that argument. How many teams are doing well with no defense?
With no defense, the Chiefs. I mean, we're not clamoring about their defense.
The Chiefs aren't giving up a lot of points. They're not terrible.
What about Detroit, Ronbo? What about Detroit? That defense ain't doing nothing.
Shootouts. They ended up coming up short finally. You got to have a defense to get past the next
What about
level.
Minnesota, Ronbo? That defense ain't really good either.
And they got their ass handed to them. So you gotta have a deep in the long run, and in the biggest games of the year. If your defense is suspect, you're gonna lose. Do you remember? You remember the Chiefs or the Hawks won that Super Bowl against the best offense in the NFL with Peyton Manning?
I remember it, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Ronbo, we could have won that ring that year. We could have won.
We had a great defense that year too. You gotta have.
We could have won that. We could have beat the Broncos that year. I definitely think we would have beat the Broncos.
We had a great defense that year. I have no doubt.
And I think we would have beat the Patriots. We wouldn't have pulled a G&D and threw the ball at the goddamn 1 yard line. We would have won back to back. Hands down, I'm thinking about it. It's been 10 years, G&D. You ain't done shit and ain't going to do shit.
But make no mistake, if you got a bad defense, you're probably not going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it is true, Ronbo, but we had a good defense and we lost it.
Yeah, and I can't argue that.
It's when you have a bad head coach that makes bad personnel decisions and doesn't know how to be clutch in clutch games, Ronbo. You can't win Super Bowls. This is fact, Ronbo. Kyle, he choked in his last Super Bowl. I still want
a healthy team for once, and I want to see if that team
fine,
loses.
Ronbo. I'll take a healthy team with a defensive head coach because clearly that's what our culture is. If Kyle wasn't here, the defense going to still show up. And whoever is on the offensive end is going to only have to score 13 points.
Now, just to correct you on about the scoring average, is well over 20 points last year. So the 49ers were scoring points, and the defense did a great job. That's why they got as far as they did. That has to be that has to be a mutual thing. You can't have one doing great and the other one not. So the balance is great with the 49ers, actually. You don't need to score 40 points. You shouldn't have to score 40 points a game to win a game. So 25, 27 points, and your defense is good, okay, call it a day. It's your game. So, the 49ers are going to score points. You're not going to shut the 49ers out. What's the closest game we got to a shutout last year? 7 points, 10 points, 10 points against the Broncos, right? What happened, Jay? Okay.
Yeah, Ronbo. I think it was like 10 points. I think it was like 10 points against the Broncos.
Yeah. See. Jalen, we're gonna run out of time. Let me see you Sunday, fam. Give that outage like you always do.
Man, we still the kings of the West.
Jalen's connection is Jalen. I forgot. I should have known. I should know stuff by now. Jalen, we finished that Sunday. Yo, Ellis.
I just about to come in.
Yeah, Ellis, you ready? We're waiting on you. Okay, we may have a connection problem tonight. Ellis? Ellis. All right, let's see if the connection is still the same with. All right, Casey. All right, I'm not sure what's going on now. Ellis, we're back to you. Ellis.
Ronbo.
Yeah,
okay.
you are. All right. Well, Ellis, we're talking about Christian McCaffrey changing the climate. We're talking about Show's wish of a D-Hop and Calvin Cook. I mean, what's his name?
Dalvin.
Yeah.
Dalvin.
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
And Ji'Ayir Brown, he will indeed be sprinkled throughout the season as we ain't waiting. We're putting him in now. And Ellis, that running back is going to come in and be that third guy. He's got to learn how to run routes. Is anybody going to get cut behind this issue? And by the way, if that is the case, do you know Dalvin Cook could be of a concern to the 49ers? Dalvin Cook can do all of what they're talking about. I don't know. What do you think? What are you thinking?
I wouldn't be opposed to Dalvin Cook. Just depends on what the price is going to be. I mean, we're already so deep in the running back room. We did draft some really nice, some really nice guys. I know they're unproven, and Dalvin Cook has been extremely explosive. He always looked really good actually.
Yeah, no, he's always been a stud. Yeah, that's a Pro Bowl.
So I mean, I'm not opposed to Dalvin Cook. I just would hate to see one of our rookies or something get cut, or two of the rookie guys that we just drafted get cut for, because we added
set up
Dalvin
this new
Cook.
policy of you got to run around, fellas. Yeah, listen, guys. We want that ball caught on the backfield. We don't have to change the playbook just because you came into the game. It's pretty much what it's coming down to. Look at it. You gotta look like Christian McCaffrey, guys. Sorry, but he's changed the environment around here in this room.
Well, Elijah Mitchell looks good out of the backfield and catching the ball.
Yeah,
and I'm sure he's going to come back more explosive. So
can he stay is the problem. Everybody knows he can play, but can he stay out there a while? Elijah, come on, man. Oh, 2 hits. Boom. Elijah Mitchell is said to be out. He's going to miss 2 to 3 weeks. Oh, no. I still remember that pain. As I just said it, I still remember the pain I felt. Like, no. But, God
I don't know, man. I guess Dalvin Cook would be a nice he wouldn't be necessarily an insurance policy. He would come in and play right away. Kyle wouldn't sit him on the bench because he knows how explosive he is. That's like that Jet McKinnon excitement that he was, thinking about, that he envisioned when, he got Jet.
Yeah.
We just never really got to see that materialize, but we could see that, with a Dalvin Cook. He does have a little bit of an injury history, so I don't know what that looks like.
When you think about it, they all do. Every last one of them. Every good running back.
Who takes the best care of their body? Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
So if he's not doing Christian McCaffrey like, rehabs and, going through the process like him and keeping his body nice and, healthy and fresh, I think, Christian will probably Christian will have, of course, it's not far-fetched, but if we have a healthy Christian McCaffrey for a whole season, this will be the best season that he's ever had.
Oh, 1,000. Easily.
He can get another one of those easy with us. I know he did get that, though, in Carolina. He did do some great things for them over there. But what he would do over here with this offense on our team,
he loves this offense.
I think he can exceed that.
Yeah, and plus he's a huge student of Kyle's game. The dude is like they said he's on the sidelines all during the season. He's reading the playbook between plays. Yeah, dude, that time to learn the playbook.
Yeah,
but for a guy like McCaffrey, Kyle's his guy because of cerebral content, and he's gonna come out there and execute. It's like he said, and McCaffrey's always said that's the most sustainable offense in the NFL. You got to execute, but it's there. All you got to do is get it done. So for all Kyle's faults, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it's like a dream come true for him. This is the greatest thing that ever happened to him, from what he said. I believe that was the quote.
Yeah.
And so imagine the excitement, and imagine the, he's floating. You know what I'm saying? He's floating, and that kind of excitement, that kind of incentive, and that extra boost of energy and encouragement and rage and all of that kind of mixed in one with such a profound player. Christian's going to come out, and Deebo better come.
I told you,
Deebo better come with it, because if you don't do it, I got somebody that will.
I'm telling
and he'll
you.
come out here and he'll take the load. He'll take the load in front of the backfield. He'll catch out the backfield. He'll line up, and he won't run out of breath. You know.
Yep. And he'll do it well. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I know McCaffrey is going to fire up that entire offense in ways that it has needed for a couple of years now. Because they come out there, they did look sluggish on a few weeks, some games. They actually did. McCaffrey doesn't know but one speed. You don't keep up with McCaffrey, you will look bad because you'll stand out as dragging ass. That's what I'm saying. People understand, man. McCaffrey adds more than just his playing element. He adds a mentality to that offense as well. Look out. Look out. Look out.
It's almost like kind of like the leadership that Emmanuel Sanders brought to the receiver corps.
Yes.
You know,
overnight.
in this case, Christian McCaffrey's excellence and the way that he came, just totally dialed in from the giddy up.
Yeah.
And the example that he set, you know, coming on the team right away, and then how they see him in the weight room, how he's coming to practice.
Oh yeah.
It's exceeded. It's exceeded.
Workouts.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It's exceeded Emmanuel Sanders and that influence, but it's alike, you know, that, and it makes guys want to be better, play better, and come ready. I mean, look what happened with like what Emmanuel Sanders did for Deebo when he came. He made Deebo play better, right?
And
right away when he came.
And my boy Bourne, Kendrick all of a sudden, Kendrick was just lights out all of a sudden. I mean, Kendrick wasn't bad, but he was certainly no level as what he was after Sanders arrived. Kendrick made him clutch catches, although he did that, but still, he took it up another notch. That offensive, those wide receivers look good from that point.
Yeah, and this is KB's last season coming up with the Patriots, so I wonder if they're going to plan on extending him again. Well, he's still got this season. This will be year 3 on his contract. He signed that 3-year, $21 million. So we'll see what ends up happening. You know, if Juwan ends up not staying, or there's no telling what's going to happen. I don't see Kyle not at least looking into Kendrick, but if Kendrick is looking to try to get paid again, he might have a really good season though this year, and they could extend him. So I don't want to count him out.
And he knows what we do, so that's an edge too. If he wanted to negotiate, So
hypothetically.
But yeah, I fully agree. Ji'Ayir Brown, now there's a guy you can touch upon. We got a couple minutes left. Ji'Ayir Brown, I said, see, we all had faith in him. What do you think about Ji'Ayir Brown? I think he's going to have an impact.
Well, he's already got 4 INTs.
Working out already.
He came in, he came in ready to go. I mean, this couldn't be a better time because the safety position we really needed to fill, and we needed some depth and, a sure hand in that room, and we got it. I think we got one.
And also what's that kid we got from Atlanta? What's his name? The big, strong slot cover guy. We got some big guys out there in that secondary now. No more little people.
He's a big corner, a big slot corner. We need that. We need that though. We need that when we play DK. So we don't got to worry about always having to have Tarvarius Ward playing on all the big wide receivers, because he kind of got used a little bit and abused a little bit in the season on a few plays last season. And with that guy that we got from Atlanta, he's bigger. He's bigger. I think he's stronger than
Isaiah.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got him, and then you got Ji'Ayir back there waiting for DK come busting down the field. Now, that's some big dudes to handle that. Well, I like the way that secondary is going to be looking this year. People don't understand the change that's about to come over in that secondary, and you already know what that defensive front. I'm excited about that defense, man. I can't wait to see this unfold. Damn, they're going to be in the Hollywood. Woo! Knock it off. Yes. Hey.
Yeah, man. It's exciting. This might be the best, secondary performance in the season that we've had, in a very, very long time.
Yes.
And you got to think, last year we were still a top 5 defense.
I know, even in secondary. And the linebackers are the
best
best in the league.
That's like the quota.
And that front line rush.
It would be uncivilized to not be there again. So I expect us to still be in those, in that in that conversation next year, regardless of who we're playing against.
Ellis, I'm gonna see you Sunday, and
I like to talk from Brandon Ayuk. I like to talk from Brandon Ayuk and how he was, coming out so serious for that presser recently and stuff like that. I expect 1,200, minimum out of Ayuk. 1,200.
People underestimate me. I like that attitude. Go ahead and show them, Brandon.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, we do.
All right, fam.
All right, man. Give my best to that squad.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man. We just won the playoff game. Johnny's softball team yesterday, and then they got a championship. The championship game is tomorrow.
All righty, Johnny.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So
looking good.
I'll follow up with you on Sunday and let you know. Yeah,
right.
Very proud of that team, man. These girls getting busy, man. So
sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, fam.
Yes,
sir.
All right, Ellis.
Thanks for the platform. Appreciate you as
man.
always.
Thanks.
Gotta hit that like, subscribe. I know where you at. And man, it's for life. Shout out to the faithful, man. Always.
That is. Hey, yo, Casey. Try to get on Casey.
What's shaking, Robo?
Casey, are you? Is that you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, Robo. We just saying medicated over here. It's Friday night.
Case, I just hope the essence is of the highest quality. Hey, Case, man, you know what? Here's the thing. The running back situation next year is going to change. I was wondering, because, and I didn't notice a long time, but I didn't pay much attention. You can't just be a running back anymore with the 49ers. No, we're a little different now. You need to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. So any running back that's on the field now will have that ability, which expands the playbook in a very interesting way. If you're expecting the ball 49ers to just run, maybe not. And you're never going to know when we're not going to run or when we're going to send the guy out of the backfield, because now it's a prerequisite. If you're going to stay with us and be that third guy, you got to learn how to run route. You got to learn how to catch that ball out of the backfield. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't know who it's going to be, TDP, what's going to be Jordan Mason, what's going to be some of the couple of new guys, how they're going to do. But that is the thing now. Oh, yeah. You got to be more than just a running back. Case?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Robo, Christian McCaffrey, like the Swiss Army knife for the Niners, does everything well.
Yeah.
And Kyle, put him in the slot. He put him out wide. He had to throw passes last year.
Yeah.
Pretty much did everything but kick the football. Did he kick the football?
Wait, I was thinking, no, he didn't kick the ball.
Yeah, I really don't remember. He did everything.
You got to think about it for a second.
You sure he didn't?
God, Chris.
Robbie didn't get injured and he didn't kick a field goal? Seems like something you would have done. But anyway, it feels good to have the best running back in the league. On the 49ers.
Okay, wait a minute.
Right
before you call him the best running back in the league, who is actually the best running back in the league? I don't know that.
Right now, it's Christian McCaffrey.
Well, yeah, for his versatility, but still.
Yeah.
What's his name over in Tennessee? Wait a minute, is he still with Tennessee?
There's a lot of great players. In terms
I really wondered who is the best running back in the NFL.
There's a lot of great players, and it's tough to separate right now. For my money's worth, it's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, but, well, you and me both, because we both support the same club.
Yeah.
Actually, who's stats-wise? Okay, Christian hasn't had a full year with the 49ers yet. Now he will.
No, he hasn't.
Let's see what he looks like
it's
next year.
It's amazing to think they got him so early. It's amazing to think that he's the reason that they tied it up.
Oh, yeah.
And
from day one, 48 hours with the team, and this dude's out there playing against Kansas City Chiefs, and he looks good. I said, who is this dude? I said, wait a minute, guys. Give him 2 or 3 weeks. This is let's see what this looks like in a couple of weeks. Christian McCaffrey is more than I even knew. I mean, I knew he was good. I always thought he was good. I wanted to draft him out of college over Solomon Thomas. And people booed me and talked about me like I didn't have good sense. I knew what I was talking about. And now...
He was the best running back in college, too.
Damn near, right?
You know, I don't really watch college at all, but I remember it's great.
McCaffrey's.
I mean, yeah, really, you know, if you think about it in terms of overall, you know, now he's got playoff experience under his belt too.
That's right. The Panthers never really made an appearance in the playoffs, did they? Not when he was there. Yeah. And plus, he's surrounded by a host of talent, so he doesn't have to pull the whole load. He just needs to contribute heavily, and that's what he does in so many ways. That's what I like about Christian McCaffrey. You're playing with Christian McCaffrey, the last thing you want to do is look like ass. You know, I got to keep up with this guy, man. Yeah, that's what it rubs off. That's what I love about him.
Yeah.
So, you heard about Deebo,
the whole
right?
team, you know, there's so many great. What's up with Deebo?
Deebo came. Somebody's witnessed. Deebo came in. Somebody made an appearance. Deebo slimmed down. It's a kid. GT.
Oh yeah.
What? Really? All right. Good. Deebo knows this is not the year to be like tail dragging. Get in shape. Come in from week 1. Start off 8 or 9-0. There's no reason for the 49ers to be losing games in the beginning of the season. I understand the travel schedule is rough, but we got a lot of depth this year, and I think the 49ers have addressed that in a way where maybe, just maybe, we can get through the roughest part of the schedule. Even though we're crossing time zones back and forth, we'll still survive.
Yeah, you know, Deebo came in a little heavy at the start of last year.
A little? Dude,
So
as big as a house.
I'm happy to hear that he's slimmed down a little bit.
Yeah. And maybe that'll stop the injuries and pull muscles, because, you know, you build like Deebo, you got to stay flexible as possible, because those muscles are going to twang. He's a strong guy. So soft tissue is definitely a risk.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about their strength and conditioning coordinator. I remember the Asian guy they had, Mark Uriyama, 10 years ago.
Years ago.
He was great as far as
Yeah, it's up to players too. You got to apply yourself. If I'm telling you how to do this, do that, do this, what to eat and that type of thing, and you're gonna go ahead and do your own thing. Well, now, you know, I did my job. I really wish you'd do yours. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't know. I got some pretty strong when it comes to
some pretty strong what? I missed that last one.
Eating food and whatnot.
Yeah. In case you're not asked to come out on the field every week and perform at a professional level. Food for you is
Ronbo, you know, Ronbo, I'm out here playing the blacktop. You know what I'm saying, Ronbo? You put me in coach. You know what I'm saying, Ronbo? Been grinding all my life, Ronbo. But
Deebo's gonna be fine this year.
I ain't gotta get ready.
Casey, this is why I know this actually could be the year. Now, I usually don't go along with this every year, but this could be for reasons like Christian McCaffrey inspiring and leading the rest of that offense to pick it up at least another level, and they were already damn good, right? So now you got that and a defense that looks, my God, and I can't wait to see that defense. And that offense is already going to be special, but the defense is just going to be absurd.
Yeah, it's got to be him and George. Got to be him and George.
Kittle?
A healthy Brock Purdy. Yeah, I think they need a big year out of George. Because, you know, the NFC Championship there, they didn't have Dwelly. Now they got this guy, Cameron.
Yeah, George.
So they need to have that kind of 1-2 punch that they have Purdy.
George is always going to be George Kittle only has one speed, too. I'm not worried about George even the least bit. The only person I have concerns about was Deebo. And that dude came in looking lean. Okay, now you're serious. All right.
No, but, you know, I mean, if you think about it, Ronbo, in terms of the, you know, I mean, really, Brandon Ayuk is the only person you don't have to worry about.
No, well, yeah. I mean, Ayuk's out to send a message this year, too. You're right.
It's Christian, George, and Deebo. They've all, you know,
just the 4 guys you just mentioned right there.
Other players.
I mean, there's others, but George. I mean, you got Deebo and McCaffrey, George and Ayuk.
Yeah.
That's just
on their best day. They're the best team in the league.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see what happens when they get this new guy from out there. Help the middle out. Help. That's where they're going to help Bosa.
Oh, what do you mean? Defense?
Yeah. Once they get this new guy out there on.
You're talking about Hargrave.
Yeah.
Hargrave is the best interior lineman not named Aaron Donald. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
I'm still thinking about that Eagles. Just thinking about McCaffrey because really, he was the only player that showed up on the team that day. But
on certain occasions.
Yeah.
Is that person okay?
Yeah, he's okay. He's just coughing up along over here, Ronbo. It's Friday night. We got a little splurge at the cannabis club today. So
I keep that sound effect. I hope he's okay, but it's actually kind of.
Yeah, he's gonna make it. I've never heard of anyone dying from.
Casey, let me go tend to him, Casey. Help him out there. Give him some water. We gotta go. Let me see you Sunday, okay?
Yeah, I will, Ronbo. Some high quality H2O. All right, Ronbo. I'm sorry, man. I'm tired, Ronbo. It's been a long day, man. Usually I got a little bit more energy. All right, buddy. Good night, Ronbo.
Night, Casey. Could there be another program that has people that get in here like we do? Well, Big Show says very rare. We bring back 1 year tender players. Kendrick Bourne, yeah. I was just talking about it. Kendrick's not coming back. He'll probably get another offer from somebody else that's better anyway. They'll draft Juwan Jennings' replacement and continue to stay cheap at the number 3 wideout. Plus, we drafted Bell, who's most likely taking the 3 spot. And you're right. I understand that Conley's actually looking good too. So, yeah, there's no room. One of those guys is probably going to get re-signed next year. You mentioned the wide receiver room, and that is a room that nobody's talking about that much. But you know what? That's a lot of guys trying. And I understand that actually Ray, Juwan's safe. There's 3 guys that pretty much are safe. Juwan's pretty much safe as well. That leaves 3 spots, right? We carry 6 wide receivers, right? Try to name those now. Too soon to say. If you even had to guess or speculate, and Danny Gray is not a shoo-in either. So we'll see. Thanks, Shell, for that contribution. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Ronbo, how's your night going, buddy?
Oh, that's going great. We got a comedy of calls coming in and hecklers. It's becoming a typical Ronbo sports night. I feel like we're at a ball game. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Been watching a lot of the OTAs and watching a lot of practices.
OTAs is over.
My friends
next week. We did this last year though. OTAs is over. Mini camp starts next week. Kyle's just enough. These guys are ready. Let's get to work.
Oh, he's ready. He's ready to put them out there, man. He's ready.
Can't wait.
I can't wait to see that.
And the media's going to be allowed to come out and check them out too. So.
Oh yeah, I would too.
We're going to get reports.
Oh, right. I'm out. Get your books and get your papers and pads ready, guys. Do your homework.
Well, now how are you feeling about Christian McCaffrey? Christian McCaffrey has brought something to the 49ers that's going to take him over the top. I really think he could be that guy.
I think KMC is going to be the guy. We will. Now we got him for week 1. Remember last year we got him late. I think
he
we're
still
going to do
kicked
good
ass.
Yeah. And Pittsburgh's nothing, man. Pittsburgh's the weakest link. They're nothing.
Well, we don't know what the exact.
I told my friend,
but
their quarterbacks. But they're not going to handle our defense.
Yeah, their quarterback's a second-year guy, right?
Yeah, from Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh, you look at it.
Go ahead.
I mean, you look at Pitt, and you look at the quarterbacks that we got. At least Darnold, he comes from a good college. Pitt. I mean, he came from
that team is more than just.
Yeah, I mean the running back could be dangerous. Yes, the running back could be dangerous.
He's from Cali. I was still wishing our coach actually was calling him every day from what I understand, and they still didn't pick him up. He's on his way to Pittsburgh.
Nope. Man, I'm good at Pittsburgh. I mean, we got the best in the league. That's CMC. He's one of the top dogs, man.
And
Cook. I don't think he'll do that. You know, he'll probably go to Buffalo, Miami, or I would see maybe Cook would go. Let's see, you got Miami,
both those teams
Buffalo.
will pay the most money. Yeah, but Buffalo will definitely pay him. They need a running back really badly because they won't use their running backs that they have.
I doubt you're going to see Cook. How about Philadelphia? You don't think Philadelphia would take Cook?
Who's running the ball in Philly?
Well, I thought one of the guys from the Eagles left. I thought one of the running backs, the guy from Penn State. Somebody left.
No, I completely forgot who their running back is. Was he any good? I can't remember. Because what's his name was running the ball when he wasn't throwing it.
Hey, Dallas, you should make a phone call to Mr. Cooks.
Who was a running back in Philly? Anyway, I don't know.
Philly's
got to be careful about their money. I think they're out of money. Dalvin Cook's probably going to need to be paid.
Yeah. Forget about the Rams. Forget about the Seahawks. Forget about the Cardinals. Nobody want to play with those low-life guys. Nah.
Unless you get.
I mean, if we didn't have CMC, I could see Cooks coming to San Francisco. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually.
If we didn't have CMC, I could see Cooks coming to San Francisco. Yes. You know?
And you got Deebo doing what he does along with McCaffrey.
Deebo,
so if you're just looking for two guys.
Deebo can play any position if you put him out there. You can put him out there and play any position.
Yeah. So, you know.
He's one of those guys that, you know.
Cook is a beast, but still. We don't really need to pay him.
No. He's all. Well, if he stays off the, doesn't get injured and all that stuff, he's great.
Yeah, so we're okay there.
Maybe
McCaffrey making everybody learn to run route is going to be interesting. I wonder how many guys are actually capable of doing that, because if you were able to do that, you probably would have been doing that out of college. So now you're going to come to the pro level, and you're going to have to work on that skill or be banished to the fourth or fifth quarter running back. So
yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
And the other guys are pretty good. I think, Mitchell and all that. I mean, we got to think of Mason.
Actually, Mason's a good special teams player, too. So, yeah, Mitchell and McCaffrey are in. They can both catch out of the backfield. It's after that, who is it?
It's going to be a mystery.
Yeah, for now.
Yep.
TDP?
For now. Oh, if they don't think about using Bell from Michigan.
No, Bell's going to be wide receiver.
Yeah. But you never know. Bell could probably, maybe Bell could do some sneaks,
Well, I mean, yeah, you can always do that, but I mean, specifically speaking.
Look at Deebo. He was a receiver. Or look what we did with Deebo.
Yeah, Deebo's always been somewhat of a running back, too. Because, here's a guy that's built like a running back, but he's a wide receiver is the only thing.
Yeah, he's built. Yes, that's very true.
So he's going to But Bell is actually, I understand Conley had a better day the other day, but, we cannot take too much away from what's going on in practice just yet. Later on, maybe we could get a little bit measure of what they're going to look like during the season. But now it's too early.
Mm-hmm. And all those quarterbacks, too,
I know that's why I don't even talk about the quarterbacks. The reports. Have you heard the reports? Yeah. One guy says, he said, Trey Lance is taking all the starter reps. And then
and then Darnold's the next day.
Well, then the next reporter says, no, Darnold's actually taking most of the starter reps and this, that, and they go on. And then they mention this third kid. Which one is he? He's out there doing a pretty good job, too. So in drills, you can't go too crazy on drills.
No, you can't. You know what? Wait till the preseason starts and wait till preseason ends. Then you'll know who will be your ace. That's how you know.
Michael, later in camp, when they're playing 11-on-11s and things like that, you get a little better idea then.
A little bit. You get a little bit, but when you get to the preseason level, then you'll start seeing.
Yeah, because you can't hit the quarterback in practice.
Be out there.
Yeah. Hostile.
I think Trey's going to start. I think Trey's going to start until Purdy's back. And then when Purdy comes back, if Trey does great, there'll be competition between Trey and Purdy. And if Darnold does good, Purdy and Darnold. And if all three do good, well, it might be the old 49ers. Joe Montana, Steve Young, and Steve Bono thing again. It did. Think the Niners had three good quarterbacks back then. Young, Montana, and Bono.
The 49ers have pretty much made it clear that if all three are healthy, it's Purdy's job. But you know what? They do also on the back of their mind. But in the back of their breath, they still say, "But there will be a competition." Well, guys, why do you say that to say that? Just say it'll be a competition, and we'll determine who's going to be the starter after that. But then he turns right around and says it's Brock Purdy's job. So I don't know what they're talking about, and that's why I don't even talk about the
I
quarterback
don't know.
situation.
You know what? We won't know until the practice and preseason, and then when Purdy comes back, how is he going to look when he comes back? Is he going to look stronger than ever? Is he going to look, like the beast? I hope he does, man. Because I'd love to see history come again.
Well, he's throwing now.
The last pick of the draft, if he could go into the Super Bowl. I don't even think there's ever a last pick in the draft that ever won a Super Bowl.
Well, now there's something that ought to be researched. Has that ever happened?
There you go. Yeah.
Has a last pick in the draft ever even been to the NFC CG, for that matter?
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, that's something to look up history.
I can't wait to go check that out.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Watch us find 6 or 7 guys. It was, I didn't know he was a 7th round pick, though. That'll be my first reaction.
Yep. And everybody passed on. They didn't think, nah. We'll pick him up free agent. Now just grab him. Last pick.
Michael, can you imagine how difficult it is to be a scout, though? In fact, you could get fired for that. If I come in and I report to my team, and I didn't tell you about Brock Purdy or anybody else that everybody saw that you didn't see, I could get fired for that.
Think of all the scouts that come to the high school games and watch these high school players. I've seen a lot of scouts from different colleges came by and watched maybe a couple guys and all that.
Recruiters.
Small school, big school. Oh, yeah. We had a lot of NFL guys came out of my school besides Steve Young. We had Kenny Bell and all that. He came from my high school, the old Kenny Bell. Oh, yeah. John Sullivan, who was the center for the Carolina.
Some guys their game doesn't translate to the NFL. There's been so many guys that came out of college that just couldn't cut it in the NFL, which is very amazing.
They either go there, they just don't. They either go XFL, USFL,
but they belly up in the NFL. So not everybody's going to make the NFL.
If you look at the percentage of college athletes, how many you think are NFL and how many you split them up. Some are NFL material, some of them are, USFL or XFL. You know what I mean? It's sad, but
the USFL is not meant for everybody, and everybody can't cut it.
No, NFL's not. Yeah, it's like many other sports, not just football. Any other sport you think of.
Oh yeah, come to think of it.
If you're born look at CMC, he knew he was going to be a football player. He was in his mom's stomach. He knew it.
Came out running like a fullback right through the entrance.
Oh yeah, right out, baby, touchdown. CMC, little CMC.
Big spike. Bam.
Big spike. Oh yeah, I love to see. I love to watch those videos of him when he was small. You know what I mean? With his father in the backyard. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's always been meant to be, and he is.
Oh yeah. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, I could say.
Oh, already. If you voted for him now, I think he'd almost make it. He'll get there. Just by attitude alone. All right, Michael, I'll be back Sunday. Let's see what happens between here and there.
You Ronbo and all 49 Empire. Have a good night. And have a good weekend.
Thanks, Michael. The great Brandon Ayuk is serious ball security liability. You think so? We'll see, Everett. We'll see. Hey, Big Phil. Is Phil back? Phil's still chilling. Phil.
I'm back.
Phil, you heard some things you didn't appreciate?
Of all time, Ronbo.
Go ahead.
That guy that was yelling profanities. It wasn't me.
Oh, I knew that wasn't you. That's not your style.
I don't know, but how can you block a phone number? These guys that do that kind of stuff, because they're just ruining the show.
No, I know. I think we tried to block it, but they've got an app. Well, there's apps that you can get that you can just keep coming back and forth.
Seriously, oh God. But anyway, I want to do a few rebuttals.
All right.
Number one, Dalvin Cook. If Dalvin Cook was so good, why is Minnesota
wanting to cut him?
Honestly, I saw him in a playoff game at Levi where we thumped Minnesota, and Dalvin Cook did nothing. He was shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, second of all, Dalvin Cook is not a zone read running back. He's a power running back. And he doesn't fit our scheme. So we're not going to go for Dalvin Cook. The other thing is there is a salary cap. I'm sorry. Big shows like my ex-wife with a credit card.
There is a limit.
I'm sorry,
okay.
You know what?
Look at this bill.
Irresponsible. So, Dalvin Cook's not the guy.
Yeah.
We've got a good stable of running backs, and we've got a good few free agents and some guys that are undrafted free agents that I think are going to be fairly good, And,
I agree.
And, we've had good results with undrafted free agent running backs. Raheem, et cetera. So, and to say, Juwan Jennings, we don't put, I saw a Big Show thing where he said that we don't put tenders on players. Baloney. We put all kinds of, we put a tender on Raheem Mostert, the third rounder.
So
and he didn't get it. So
that's true.
We signed him.
Yeah, that's right. We tender players. We tendered a couple this year. I think Juwan Jennings has been tendered this year, right? He ran.
Juwan hasn't reached that point yet.
I thought his salary ran up.
He was a restricted free agent this year.
So next year you can tender him, right?
We can put a tender on him. So if we put a third round tender, someone signs him, we can either match it or say sayonara, but then we get a third round pick.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way we're not going to put a tender on the guy.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just good business. The other thing I'd like to say is Jimmy Garoppolo, I hope, gets healthy because we lose a third round pick.
Oh.
If he doesn't.
If he doesn't, that's right.
So
it is dependent upon that. I forgot about that.
He's getting injured even when he's not a 49er.
He's still impacting us. You know what? Why Jimmy didn't do that in December? Jimmy, go get that foot fixed now. He was worried about not getting offers.
Jimmy, don't take your surgery so late. Oh, my God. But anyway, the other thing I want to say, DeAndre Hopkins, he's not signing with us. He's going to take $15 million.
It's a fantasy, and he doesn't want to cheat. He already said he's got to get paid. He's serious,
and he doesn't want to be fourth string or third string.
No, he's
right?
His ego's too big.
He's got an ego.
I know.
Let's be real, all right? We've got a good team as it is, and Deebo and Ayuk are motivated. Ayuk is because he wants to get paid.
And Deebo because he wants to keep the spot.
He mouthed off against Philadelphia and said they're trash.
But he was right.
Deebo wants to show they are trash. And if Dalvin Cook goes to Daniels over in Miami, who cares? They play the NFC East.
Anyway.
Up.
So, yeah. I do, but you know what I do like, Phil? Because the fact of the matter is, when you look at Deebo coming in slim, when's the last time Deebo came in camp slim? Well, no, year before last. This year before he got paid. And then last year he got paid and he got fat.
Like you said, he heard all the
noise.
And he was talking at the end of before the Super Bowl saying, Philly was trash. We could have taken advantage of them. We could have beat their ass. And I agree with that.
I do too. Their defense was not going to stop the 49ers.
But Deebo wants to come in and just show everybody.
Good. And Phil,
I think that's great.
And that's why I know Christian McCaffrey is going to make everybody's game go up a notch. Now, can you imagine that? This is why I feel seriously confident the defense is going to wreck. I mean, just wreck things. Now, the offense.
Well, I think our defense is going to be better than last year.
Oh, yeah, by a stretch, actually, and equal to that of 2019.
We got Hargrave, and Drake Jackson looks good, but the reason I said we need an edge, possibly, is for depth.
Yeah.
After Drake Jackson and Nick Bosa, who do we have?
Well, you possibly got Cleveland Farrell. You've also got there's a couple of guys that I had forgotten about.
Pass rush? Oh, Beal? Maybe he's a rookie.
Oh, I forgot about him. I actually forgot about him. We don't know what he looks like yet. You're right.
We don't know. And the other thing is Farrell is not a serious pass rusher.
Yeah, he's a good run stopper. But you know what? If he could just set the edge, when you got the guy in the middle that we got.
Edge, that's fine.
Yeah, but
he's not a guy to get to the quarterback. And these days, you need guys to get to the quarterback.
You do, Phil. But you know what? When you figure
if Ngakwe is cheap and you get him for a 1-year deal, so be it. And he signs somewhere else for big money. Big deal.
But Phil, remember that guy's not going to have to work. He's not going to work that hard on the other side, because the fact of the matter is, when you got as much violence as Armstead and Hargrave are going to produce, that guy on the other side,
and then you got Bosa.
He can wait. Well, that's what I know, and that's why I'm saying the guy on the other side of Bosa, he can actually take his time to go get the quarterback. There's nobody over there, you know.
I mean, the more guys you got chasing a quarterback, the better off you are, especially when we get to the Super Bowl and we're chasing Mahomes.
Remember the blitz package? We're going to have a more aggressive. Wilkes is a little more aggressive than D'Amico. And this is interesting. You're going to be more aggressive than D'Amico. D'Amico was aggressive. So.
And the other thing is, don't turn your back on Luter Jr., the corner from southern Alabama.
I actually forgot about him. I heard about him in practice this last day.
The guy's fast, long, lengthy, long arms. He could play press coverage. Amador is a 5'8" guy. You know, there have been times when they've thrown over the top of him.
I know.
He played really well down the stretch. I got to give him
I have to admit
credit,
it. He's just such an underdog. I got to support him.
Watch out for that kid, because
Ambry Thomas is looking beefed up this year too. He looks a lot stronger, and everybody's inspired right now after last year's embarrassment.
With Wilkes, I think it's going to add another dimension.
I promise you, Phil. Aaron, no doubt about it. None.
And if we hold teams to 14 points a game, we're 16 last year. 14 points a game. All you need to score is 2 touchdowns. Our offense is scoring 2 touchdowns. I'm sorry.
In their sleep. No matter what anybody thinks about Kyle Shanahan, that offense is going to score points.
No matter who the quarterback is.
Yeah.
So let's get real. The Chiefs don't have the defense we do. They gave up like 24 points a game last year. We gave up 16.
And that's why when I was saying
the Eagles don't have the defense we have, and they lost 6 players on their starting defense.
Well, the Eagles' defense, weirdly enough, they didn't play any good teams except for 2 or 3. Their defense did a pretty good job, right?
Ronbo, they played the AFC South, which is Texas, Jacksonville, Indianapolis, and who's the 4th one?
Yeah, I know. The AFC South is just that's where you want to go to get fat.
They also played the NFC North, which had Chicago, the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, Lions and Vikings, and I know.
Minnesota, which was overrated.
Yeah, they won that too.
Green Bay, which is under 500, and everybody's spouting Detroit. They were a 500 team last year.
Phil, I can't wait to play them. I want to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about the Lions. Were they frightening me to some degree for legitimate reasons, or were they just a smoke and mirrors thing? Well, I can't wait to see them.
And they lost on the road.
So we're going to
they're not a very good road team, and they got to fix that. But how do you fix that?
Well, you don't. It takes years. We know about that. It took us years to get where we are.
Well, back in Montana days, the Niners were the best road team ever.
Yeah, I know. See, so that's why these teams.
Go into another team stadium and shut them up. But
Billy, let me see you Sunday.
But anyway, Ronbo, I just wanted to come in
and confirm some things. I love it.
Everybody, I just think that No, I think we got a great team right now as it sits.
Yeah, we just got to get them out there.
Stay out of the injuries. We're good.
Let me. Big Show does have a message here. He says I said it's rare we bring back a player who we placed a 1-year tender on when they've been released. Dalvin Cook would be a fit, catching passes out of the backfield and a good blocker. But Show, I kind of believe we don't really need him,
get
though.
A tender because we can get value for him.
Yeah.
Even if a team signs him and we say sayonara, we get a 3rd-round pick.
Yeah.
Right?
We're not weak. You want to get something in return. We're not weak as far as running backs go. So I don't know. What we do have to worry about is having enough ball for all these guys anyway. So exactly. And we don't want the clubhouse to start getting a little noisy about guys grumbling.
Deebo, Ayuk.
And we don't even use juice as much as we should.
Be able to distribute.
Yeah. All right, Phil. All right, I think you got us straight on that. I'll see you Sunday. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Well, thanks for having me a second time.
Well, yeah, Phil. I mean, you got them things straight.
At least this time I didn't get interfered with.
I don't know who or what that was. Probably that's got to be a Rams fan.
All right, Ronbo.
Night, Phil.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. What? Remember the Muppets? Those 2 guys up in the balcony. They gave us a visit tonight. Fam, please. Thanks for the contributions tonight, fam. The show, thanks, fam. We don't always get that kind of interference, actually. And things are going to get picked. They're going to get more. There's going to be better subject matter coming up in the days ahead. So please, subscribe and come on back and join us, and we'll try to get this place cleaned up. You ever at your house, and normally you live in the house all tattered, clothes laying all over the floor, dishes unwashed, grass is actually growing in your living room. Big Show also says, yes, we are weak after CMC. Mitchell can't stay healthy, and Mason and TDP are very unproven and not used. Well, I don't know. Yeah. Well, what if we bring him in, Show, and he gets hurt too? I guess you run the risk, I guess. Well, I don't know, Show. 49ers will make a decision on that pretty soon. And then if you're right, we'll give you praise on that. I promise you that. Man, I'll see you Sunday. No!